LookCatchu here, and guess what? It's Potato O'Clock, a series dedicated to all things potato. And I have a lot of potatoes laying around in my kitchen, including me. So why don't we put ourselves and these potatoes to use and make some potato cheese pancakes. They're crispy morsels of fluffy and chewy potatoey goodness, stuffed with stringy mozzarella cheese. So stick around till the end and we can nom on it together. But wait, Miss Miku says to get this video to 118 likes and she can have a spoonful of peanut butter, which she goes crazy over. Now let's get potato cheese pancaking. I'm currently in an interview to be a cheese artisan at Miku's mozzarella factory. And she just asked me a question I've been waiting my whole life to answer. I love mozzarella cheese because I bathe in it every morning.
Stop!
Oh?
What did you just say?
That I bathe in mozzarella cheese every morning?
You are hired.
Apparently, I was the only interviewee that pronounced mozzarella correctly. Not the bathing part. She thought that was a bit strange. As always, I have not one, but two fist-sized russet potatoes, weighing around 500 grams. Wash, peel, and chop them into chunks. You know, the huge. And russet is the perfect patat to envelope the cheese around, as it has a high starch content, giving us a crispy shell and a fluffy interior. The two elite textures. Plop the chunks into the jacuzzi, sprinkle 1 teaspoon of salt, and let it boil for 15 to 18 minutes or until tender. Once the potatoes are tender, fish them out and into a large bowl, and while they're still warm, let's begin the potato massage. I'm simply massaging all the knots out of the potatoes until they're nice and smooth. This is my favorite time of the day. It's when I can let go of all my worries and focus on truly perfecting my craft, potato mashing. Once the potatoes are smooth and velvety, it's time to starch it up with some cornstarch or potato starch, whichever one you have. Plop a 1/3 cup of it into the potato-fied bowl, along with a tablespoon of this very mysterious white granular ingredient. No, it's not salt. It's actually pretty hard to find. But if you're lucky, you may stumble across this white granulated sugar. You might have heard of it. It's super rare. LookCatchu, that sounds a bit weird. Potato with sugar? Yes. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. But if you have tried it and you didn't like it, then you can knock it. But until then, don't knock it. Okay? Maybe just ring its doorbell. Ding dong. Oh, that was a good one. Then we're gonna do a little mixy mix. We're gonna do a little mixy mix. Look at that gorgeously solid piece of dough. So solid, I could throw it at my worst enemy. Which I've never done before because it is delicious and they would be in the hospital. When you poke its belly, there should be no residue on your finger. It should still be wet, but you should be able to throw it around like this. If it's still gloopy, then you messed up. Place it in the fridge for half an hour and it'll firm right up. And set it aside as we cut the cheese. Or shall I say shred. With Miku's good quality, low moisture mozzarella. Do a little shreddy shred, 100 grams of it. And try not to act on any intrusive thoughts that come your way with your hands near this sharp metal object with multiple holes. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen to the cheese. Snag some cheese and stuff it into a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. We're packing the cheese into a ball so it's easier to wrap in the dough and won't turn into a disaster. Then grab a golf ball size of potato. Get it? Potato dough. Potato. No? Okay. Should be around 1/4 cup for all my precise stands. Do a little rolly roll with the dough into a beautiful sphere and then flatten it with your palm. Grab that pre-formed cheese ball and place it into the center of the flattened dough. Gradually squeeze the perimeter of the dough into the middle while making sure the cheese stays down, molding and compacting it into the shape of an eyeball. Then with the cheese-filled ball, do a little patty pat matty mat until it's a flat thickie. Then round the edges with your fingers to make it a pretty circular shape. I like making these yummy pockets of deliciousness when I have leftover mashed potatoes, and bonus points if they're garlic mashed potatoes. But this potato cheese pancake trend actually started in Korea. These are similar to hotteok. Yes, a duck that's hot, which is basically a chewy flour dough pancake with sweet brown sugar filling. But instead of flour, we're using potato and cornstarch, and instead of brown sugar, we're using cheese. So we're basically making a completely different dish. Once you've made 7 cheese-filled pucks, they should measure around 2 fingers or 3 centimeters tall, have a nice puffy and roundness to it, and have a diameter of around 6 centimeters. Now that we're good to go, you could just stop right there, eat it as is, grainy texture and cold cheese and all. Or you can be boring and pan fry it to make it nice and golden crispy on top with a nice ooey gooey center full of cheese. Okay. For legal purposes, that was a joke. Do not eat it raw. It's up to you. So let's pan fry it. So to a non-stick pan, fill it with a little vegetable oil until the entire pan gets coated. Turn the heat to low and shallow fry these bad boys. The pancakes will start sizzling in the oil after around 30 seconds, but if it sizzles immediately, then your oil is too hot. We want to cook them low and slow to allow the cheese on the inside to melt while timing it perfectly so that the crust on each side turns a lovely crispy golden brown. Oh, and if you're an almond mom, you could just spray the pan with a little oil, but you won't get as crispy of a crust as you would shallow frying it. After frying for around 4 to 5 minutes on each side, they're looking like they just came back from the Bahamas with that gorgeous tan. So let's transfer them to a wire rack to cool and let the ASMR commence. And does the golden top and bottom sort of remind you of something? It looks like a juicy golden donut. And for a pop of green color, sprinkle a pinch of dried parsley flakes onto the center. Not too much though, because we don't want to overpower the golden gloriousness. And there we have it. Potato cheese pancakes. And while the cheese is still gooey inside, let's dig in. Alright, so this is the finished product, and I'm super excited. Alright, cheers. First bites for you. Nom nom nom. It's still steaming. When you first take a bite, you get hit with that delicate, crisp exterior. Then you chew a little, and you reach that nice and floofy and chewy interior of the potato, as well as, of course, the ooey gooey, stretchy cheese. You get a hint of sweetness from the sugar. Not too sweet, just the right amount to enhance that potato and cheese flavor. The texture is similar to potato mochi, which I've made on this channel, aka Pokemon Mochi. The potato is nice and fluffy, has a nice potatoey, earthy flavor to it. But since we added cornstarch, it has a bit of a chew to it. Alright, so this gets LookCatchu's stamp of approval. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post once a week. And I'll see you guys next time. Make it, please. Stay put, okay? Let me do my job. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 101, 102. Yay, 102 head scratches.